What's going on, guys? It's Crew Day here, and today we are going to talk about update 7.0. I've been getting a lot of comments to finally address all of the stuff that happened in this update, because while I can spread positivity about every update, going over the new character additions and the new game mode, there's a lot that went wrong in this update, and we have to cover it because the developers are addressing it with how big of an issue it is. So let's get started with bugs, or should we really call it bugs, or should we call it intentional bugs? Ceremonial pipe only steals buffs if wearer is active in battle. That's a huge change. Like, that is groundbreaking. Why would they change something so fundamental about a gear? And this is happening update on update, where they just make huge revamps to gears. And they call it bugs, but a lot of times they call their changes fixes. So it's almost like they're trying to just proactively fix things. Some they tell us, some they don't tell us about. Champions, Nunchaku, Dragon Fire Assist doesn't KO the enemy. Why? Why not? Why would they change that? That can't be a bug. You go in the game and you start messing with things. How do so many gears break without changing the gears themselves? So moving on, Psych Bomb hits your character from behind, not from the front, making it impossible to avoid. Oh my god. And then for a short period of time there, people were not getting their 150 Dragon Crystals when they went to go migrate their account to the new login system. It worked for me. Some people say it still doesn't work for them. If it doesn't, you gotta contact WB and just pray that you get your Dragon Crystals back. Ghostface can sometimes just soft lock the game. That I expect that. That's not as big of a deal to me because it's a brand new character. It's not touching old stuff. Fool's Abductor FX ability just seems not to work at all. Oh, well, okay. Again, another gear that just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. That one doesn't sound like a revamp. That just sounds like the gear itself is broken. Let's go over some more, because again, there's just so many bugs, and thanks to Chris Play on his Discord server, he listed out all these bugs. So I'm just going off in order, and there's so many on these lists. I think I might even just copy and paste and give him credit on my Discord server, just so if you want to see the bugs listed in a huge drop down, I might start having that on my server as well. Psych Bomb stun effect is incorrectly applied to the next character after active combat was defeated. So it just transfers to the new character. Interesting. And I could go on and on and on, but I want to give the official response from Warner Brothers. What is being done about this? Greetings, combatants. Thank you for your feedback on the 7.0 release. We hear your concerns about the Clash Tower, Crypt Key availability, and changes to Ceremonial Pipe and Noble Graceful Tread equipment. We are working on an update 7.0.1 and hope to have it available of the week of November 10th. The week of. Not very specific. However, it will not address the concerns mentioned above, as we need more time to make insignificant changes. It's almost like they planned an update 7.0.1 to begin with, like they did for the last update, but they have to make a 0.1 update. Yeah, so they're making a 7.1 to address these concerns. We've got a brand new full feature update planned. It's called 7.1. Well, no duh. A 0.1 is a whole new update, and that's always been the case. So 7.1 is going to have a new Diamond Fighter, new Diamond Fighters, question mark, and a lot of new improvements. But guys, you can't tell us, hey, you know what, to fix these big bugs, we've got another full feature update for you. Because in the new full feature update, a lot of the times there's just more bugs introduced. So while they're squashing the old bugs, they're introducing 50 new ones. And the developers have to really be careful with this next update, because that put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are trying to come back for the Ghostface update. A lot of people. But I've seen a majority of players being turned away, just walking out the door instead of actually being welcomed in, because they just cannot stand this new update's changes to the game. The new Clash Towers, it's very difficult. Every single character you go up against has like 600,000 HP. It doesn't matter what team you're selected on. To top it off, it's like the rewards are just not good enough to justify these battles. The only thing I like is that fire, like dots, are very useful in this new tower clash. The tower battles, I think the bosses need to have dot damage and like enabled. I think dot damage just needs to be reduced by like 80% on bosses, and it just needs to be enabled, because we need a huge change to towers. In my opinion, I just think towers are too difficult as it stands, and they take too long to progress in. So boss battles should have dots enabled, but it should be reduced by like 80%. So a smart player who can utilize dots and last longer in the game can still take down the battle with a dot character. That would help out a lot. But it's going to be a winter update in January, so they're delaying the next update, mind you. Apparently they were going to have the 7.1 out in December, but they're delaying it to January. So the next like patch update is going to be November 10th, or the week of November 10th, which they made this announcement back on October 24th. I didn't address it. That's a week later. It still will take many weeks to get the update, just to patch a bunch of critical bugs. Equipments need to stop being tampered with. A bug is a bug, but nerfing a gear and calling it like just a change is not good. It's not a good look, guys. Why do you need to make changes like that? You don't need to. You're introducing new gears in every update, so there's the fun, is the new gear being introduced. If a gear is like completely broken, doing something it's not advertised to do, sure, go ahead and make a change. But if it's advertised to do something and then you revamp the entire thing while being like, oh yeah, just a simple little change to it, like, no. Make grinding in MK Mobile less important if you're going to continue nerfing the rewards. I've been saying this for the longest time, but the grinding in this game is too much. It's hours upon hours upon hours, and you don't see the progress as fast as you should. Let's compare it to a game like Genshin Impact. Not even on the same level as Mortal Kombat Mobile. Genshin Impact is obviously super popular and has an actual story and whatnot, so it's not even comparable to MK Mobile. But the difference is, in that game, you do have to grind a crap ton, so much, but there is a way to get far in about a year, and it's by just claiming the free stuff that comes your way and participating in these mini events in the game. If you participate in that stuff, then you can actually rack up a ton of currency and get the character that you want after waiting 6 months to a year, which a year does sound like a really long time, but if you compare a year in MK Mobile to a year in Genshin Impact just claiming free rewards and not really grinding a whole lot, just like, you know, mini events, not even grinding the story, you can get so much, and even the character you want, you can max a lot of stuff out. So the reason I say this is because if you do choose to grind a crap ton in Genshin Impact, like story-wise, you can get a ton of Primo Gems, which would then be able to buy you the character that you want. So you're being rewarded on both fronts. It's not perfect in that game. I still feel like it's not enough for how much you grind, but if you do choose to grind the entire game out, you get a lot. You get a lot of stuff, and you probably will get multiple characters maxed out. And with just a couple of max characters, you can complete a majority of the game versus MK Mobile, where characters are changing in and out, in and out. The strongest characters in the game still remain strong, but having just a few max characters does not progress you, because the max characters you get have a major impact on your game experience. If you max out, you know, Black Dragon Kano in the Black Dragon team, you're not going to win every game. All right, that team is not going to get you far. It is good that the game prioritizes the best characters like Classic Rain, MK11 Scorpion, MK11 Liu Kang. They prioritize those and make those the easiest, like easiest to obtain through soul packs, but it's still limited to 20, which they got to get rid of that limit. All right, get rid of that limit, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you are new. And yeah, peace out.